Hello everyone, this is Justin and I'm here to demonstrate a new set of functionality in Rover 3.1. This particular video is very specifically addressed towards our PHI planners. And while this functionality may be something that they won't be leveraging immediately, in fact, the development of this set of functionality is something that is related to some other projects that we've been implementing Rover for. I still wanted to take a moment to produce this video in order for our PHI planners who may stumble across this set of functions. In the end, what I'm about to show will become a lot more relevant when we get into electronic permission slips. But for now, let's just demonstrate how the functionality is currently available in Rover. In my version of Rover I have here, I have a parcel with 3 removal points and a brush record. And if I wanted to edit one of these particular removals, you can see how I can click the pencil tool and then click on the removal and it opens the edit form just like it always has. If I expand this new panel, you'll notice that what has actually happened behind the scenes is not only did it give me that one apple tree, but it also identified that there was 2 other trees, a brush record and a parcel record, all related to this apple. And so this is a tool that you can utilize to quickly identify all the related features on a parcel. Again, when we get to electronic permission slips, this is going to be the stage where everything will flow from the electronic permission slip perspective. You will identify a given parcel, see all the related features, mark the ones that have permission to have work done, produce the electronic permission slip, have the homeowner sign on it, and move on with your planning day. In the meantime, if you aren't interested in this particular set of features, if we keep that panel collapsed, Rover will behave like Rover has always behaved. However, if you do want to take advantage of some of these tools, I wanted to share with you what they can do. So one thing that you can do with this set of tools is you can navigate to other features by clicking on the record in the list. So now I have the balsam fir selected, and if I click on the black gum, it highlights there as well. I can also jump clear to another layer if I wanted to. So I'll expand that brush point or that brush polygon and click. And you can see that it has automatically loaded that attribute edit form for me. And the panel is loaded with all the other related features. If I expand down the parcel, I can also jump right to the parcel information. If I make changes to these parcels, just like in prior versions of Rover, those addressing changes will push through to all these related features. If I go back to the apple, I can go ahead and I can begin editing that particular feature. For example, I can mark this as a complete refusal. Now, if I click off of that feature, you'll see that the record highlights in red. And that's because it's failed a validation. I am not going to be able to save this record until it clears that validation. So I can just go back and I can correct the issues so that it now appears correctly. I can continue to work my way through and make other changes to each of these records. And I don't necessarily have to save my changes immediately. I can table them for later. So right now you can see that in this particular related features panel, I have 3 little asterisk signs that show that these records have all been edited. And down here at the bottom on my save all, you can see it has a little parenthesis 3 in the corner there. That's just telling me that I need to save 3 pending records. And if I click the Save All button, it'll ask me to confirm. I'll say yes. And what will happen behind the scenes is all 3 of those trees will have been edited and set for upload into RowKeeper. The other element to this tool, and something that some of our planners may want to immediately start taking advantage of, is mass editing of related features. So for example, if I wanted to mark everything as full permission, I have every feature currently is checkboxed. If I uncheck them, you'll see that these little counts here reduce down to 0. The counts represent how many records under that umbrella have been selected. And so if I wanted to go ahead and mark on the brush and the 3 removals that we have full permission, I can work my way down here to these common edits. We have a permission granted one, utility holds rights, and a scope modification. Since most of them say full permission, and 2 of them say utility held rights, we'll go ahead and mark these as permission granted. So I'm choosing the permission granted rule, and then I'm going to click the pencil button. It's going to ask me if I want to confirm that I'm about to change this information for all 4 features. I'll say yes. And you can see now that they've all been marked as full permission. You can also use the filter tool in order to quickly select the features on the map that match that criteria. So in this case, I had utility held rights selected. I clicked the filter, and you can see that everything unchecked. That's because no records in this set have held rights. But if I were to choose the permission granted rule and click that instead, you can see that they went ahead and auto-selected. So there you have it. The related features panel is a new way of being able to access all the information that's associated with a given parcel. It'll ultimately be how the user, the planner, will capture an electronic signature for work to be performed at a particular property. But you can also use it as a quick way to QA, QC the information on a parcel by parcel basis. And again, if you are uninterested in utilizing this particular set of features, if I collapse the panel, Rover more or less behaves just as it has always behaved. You will notice a small adjustment with the buttons. We have a save button and we have a save and close button. And the reason for these 2 buttons is because we wanted to have the option to be able to save records immediately if the user so desired, but not close the form in case they wanted to continue working with other related features. So the model for a PHI planner, if they want to experience the Rover the same way as it has been in prior releases, would be to click the Save and Close button, which will save the record and close the form. I want to thank everyone for your time and have a safe day.